party, we like to party, party, party all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home. Party, party, we like to party, party, party all night long. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode 113 of the Ball Talk Pod. Joined with me. Is that
the
how
Ball
you say that?
Talk Pod.
Joining
joined by, joining me.
Joining me this evening. Glad we got that sorted out. As always, Chris Osborne. Chris, tell me something I don't know.
You know a lot, so I can't tell you something you don't know, but something that I will tell you. I might become an Oklahoma City FC, Oklahoma
United,
Oklahoma City United
diehard fan already.
I
Diehard.
might be a mega fan. I think I'm going to be a mega fan.
Do we do the like trifecta? You know, like we have.
I think we got
to
to
OU season tickets, Thunder season tickets, and then we also
we
lock in.
Gotta get FC with the boys.
Dude, it's Oklahoma United. It's not FC.
I think you could say either way.
We'll poll the room. Ryan's gonna text us and immediately be like, "This idiot."
Okay, so I like United tickets with the boys. Matt, we just yell from field side.
Have one.
Yeah. So and this might be a question for our listeners. Is it better to view soccer? Because basketball and football, it's better to view from the sideline. And I'm assuming that's the same for soccer. It's not better to be behind the goal, is it?
Maybe, but like if they score coming your way and you're close, I bet that's sick.
That's true.
And it's such a longer field. I don't know if there's like
a perfect viewing area.
View.
Yeah. Okay. But I think we should be mega fans.
I think it's so. For those who don't know, today was Mayor Holt's State of the City address in Oklahoma City. I was there. Was given a Thunder goodie bag, which was
brag.
It was just thank you notes. That's that like last year they gave the commemorative like championship tickets.
Yes.
You know, like they sent us and they're like exclusive only to season ticket holders. And then all of a sudden they gave them out to, I think there was like 1,400 people in this room.
Yeah.
These tickets.
Yes.
These things right here.
I think they also came with these.
I bought those.
You bought them for me? Because I didn't buy them.
I bought them.
Anyway, but that's cool. Big brag on Ben getting to go.
Super bragged. Just so interconnected with OKC, obviously. But in this address, last year they unveiled the new arena, the first look at the specs of that, which was very exciting to be at. So they always try to do something where they're making some, maybe not massive announcement, but something worth like talking about. And for those that don't know, Oklahoma City has had a soccer team in the past, the OKC Energy. They're in the USFL. No, not USFL.
That is a football. That's American football.
It's basically the league below the MLS. And I can't remember the acronym right now to save my life. But they were playing at Taft Stadium, which is a high school stadium here in Oklahoma City. The league came in and said, like, if you don't have like a real soccer stadium, we're not going to let you play in our league anymore. So they paused the operations of the OKC Energy. Not that that impacted the league by any means. It's still going on. But they're now in the process, as we know, building the soccer arena or stadium, I guess that one is. And this is the group that's like Russell Westbrook, Jalen Williams, J-Dub, Baker Mayfield's in the investment group.
Sydney McLaughlin, the track star.
Josie Altidore is involved in it a little bit. Who's
a baseball player?
No, that's Jose Altuve. Josie Altidore was a striker for the men's national team, 10, 15 years ago. But
sure.
They announced, that 2028 will be the debut season for the Oklahoma City United, which is the new name of the team, and they unveiled the logo. The logo looks sick.
It looks very European.
Yes, and that's what we wanted. Russ did the voiceover for the video that they showed.
Very cool video. Go watch it. It's on Twitter somewhere.
Mayor Holt tweeted it out.
Go look at Mayor Holt's Twitter.
And he even walked out like after it was the last thing he said. He kept like teasing that he had this soccer announcement. And I was hoping it was going to be, we're moving up to the MLS with this new stadium.
Okay, because that was going to be my next question.
We are not. At least
it's still the league below.
That's the whole thing with the MLS. They don't have like a relegation system like in the...
And they never will.
Most likely. We'll see. But he walked out with like a scarf with like the OKC United with the colors. And I was like, they should have gave those away.
Yes.
Instead of this goodie bag.
Yeah.
Like, our buddy Matt was there and we were walking out. We were like, if they need to be selling merch in the lobby. Because I would have dropped several dollar bills.
Whoa.
Several
$30.
I'll let you figure out what that means, and I'm not going to say anything further so I don't get in trouble when my wife listens to this.
I will buy it an OKC United jersey when they come out. I don't have many jerseys. I'm not
Soccer
a jersey
jerseys
guy
are
like
good
Ben.
too. Soccer jerseys are a little different.
Yeah, so because they're more t-shirty.
More wearable.
I would love if they'd come out one with I love the old school collars. They come out with an old school collar one. That'd be sweet too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's exciting.
I'm excited about them. I really wish it was an MLS team. I really wish MLS had a relegation, though those owners make too much money to be relegated back, so they're never going to implement that.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be something eventually, especially if like the national team keeps kind of crapping the bed in the biggest moments.
One of the things I really hope is that this starts a development program in Oklahoma City and we become like a soccer pipeline where you're like kids, like there was like 3 kids on the national team from Oklahoma City or like came through the Oklahoma City pipeline.
There's one guy, he didn't make the World Cup roster, but he's been called up and gotten senior national team appearances. His name's Daryl DK, and he's from Oklahoma. But
see, that'd be really cool if we had like an Oklahoma-based, like almost like a European academy like they have over there. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, Mayor Holt said no city in America is putting more thought and energy and funds into soccer than Oklahoma City. So
I mean, Seattle's got to be hurt by that. That's a say.
Well, it's not that like Seattle. They already have their facilities. That's the thing. Like we're building one currently. There's a couple of like youth complexes that they were very proud of that they're in the process of renovating, I believe, or building. So yeah, soccer. It's a good time to push it because obviously the high of this World Cup and it being in the U.S.
Even like watching the Argentina game today was awesome. Like that England-Argentina game. Shout out Jack, who's in Liverpool right now. He got to go to a bar and experience the first goal, I would say, and then the heartbreak that was.
Yeah. I don't know. I bet it was a great time. That first goal, I'm sure it was a euphoric moment.
I don't know a lot about soccer. Yeah, I'm sure it was just unbelievable. I don't know. Like it's sort of like that video. Have you ever seen the video where it's in an English bar or something, and they've played a lot of different videos over it, but it's like just guys like going insane, throwing beers and stuff. I'm sure it's a lot like that.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about soccer. I'll be the first to admit that. Besides maybe our friends, but I don't know what the English manager was thinking. 1 goal. So if England goes up 1-0, they play for another probably 15 minutes to get it to like 75. And then they start pulling all their like front attackers. And so it just felt inevitable that if Argentina was able to level it, they were going to win it. And he just like, for some reason, he thought 1 goal was going to beat Argentina.
And 1 goal was not going to beat Argentina.
No. So that's a little soccer talk.
It was a fun match, but yeah, we got 1 more game left in the World Cup.
2 more.
Nope, 1 more. The third place game.
Yeah, there's a third place game. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Soccer's
Bronze
coming to
is
Oklahoma
coming
City.
home.
Bronze might come home, as they say in England. Jack's headed to the Open tomorrow and Friday, which is super cool. Ball talk. We got
We're international, baby.
We got legs on the ground overseas.
I mean, we're part of a Canadian podcast group. We're from the U.S. Jackson, England. We're all over, baby.
Mm-hmm. We got this world covered. But with this being, as they call it, the dead of summer, there's no better time for a podcast to just rank things. That's what podcasts do in the off season.
That is when you know your podcast is like nothing else to talk about. Let's go and let's just rank something.
It's like Barstool's like Mount Rushmore. Like,
everyone has their own version of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
But today, Chris and I are going to discuss and come up with, we don't have separate lists. We're going to discuss and come up and combine our lists into a top 5 most rewatchable Thunder games of the last, 18-ish years of Thunder basketball. I'm very curious to see what we come up with. I think there's some obvious ones, and then I think each of us probably have a couple at least that are like important to us or that we specifically remember just for one reason or another. But yeah, Chris, what's I think we have to start at 1.
I think that would be the easiest. At least, and we're gonna rank anywhere between like 5 and 10. So I think starting at 1.
We'll have several honorable mentions that just end up being a top 10 list.
I I think there's a pretty obvious choice at number one.
You can
It's
say
got to be Game 7 of the Pacers series, winning the championship. That's obvious. Like, that's an obvious number one.
but like that's putting it lightly.
Yes.
It's the one that even still shows up on my like randomly like suggested YouTube videos. It's like the final
Yes.
6 minutes of Game 7. And then every single time it pops up, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it.
There's just so much that happened in that game, from the torn Achilles to Nimhard's shot to put the Pacers up going into half. I don't know if like people remember, but like we were down going into half. We were down
a point.
2 points or 1 point because Nimhard hit a crazy step back,
He hit those a couple times. He had a big one in Game 1 too.
and just like it was just like because I
Well,
felt deflated
you have the Lou Dort moon ball in the third quarter.
when it was pretty much tied. Yeah.
Yes. There was a streak with 3 straight plays where Shea hits a 3, Chet hits a 3, Dub hits a 3 as we kind of start blowing it open. And we were like, the fourth quarter was definitely like you're hanging on and you feel good about it. You have like the Nimhard hits another 3, Chet leaks out for the dunk. And that's when it was like, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good.
When we had our 5 playing, I felt good. Like I felt we were very in control. It felt like a game Shea was going to like not let us lose. Yeah. But I always get a little afraid, even when we're up like 15, 20 points and Mark decides to put in like Brooke Barnhizer or somebody. I'm just like, he obviously didn't play in that game, but like there's always a part
But that
of me
was
that's
like Oos and Dylan Jones.
Yes.
And,
there's a part of me that's like, we could lose right here. Like they're gonna force Shea to come back on the court after he got a standing ovation.
Which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if there's been a time that Shea's had to come back on from an expected win.
There really hasn't been.
Because I think the Thunder are like you said, like the NBA with the 3-point line and the variance and how quick the pace of the game is. You don't see like Shea sitting out the number of fourth quarters he has is not because they felt great. Like the team has just extended the lead and he just hasn't had to come back in.
Right.
But you see people pulling their starters later and later in these blowouts because of, you see all these massive variances.
You can score 9. You can score 9 points in 30 seconds
or less. Reggie Miller scored 13 in 9 seconds, I think.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, but obviously that's a number one for me. Like,
I think that's number one
us.
for like all of Thunder Nation.
Yeah,
like
I agree
that's
with
a
you.
pretty safe number one. And I do remember we ranked the wins of last year's playoff run in a podcast last summer.
Right.
And I think a lot of those games for me will reappear in some way, shape, or form. But there's also some regular season games that hold a little merit.
And maybe not from this team specifically.
Correct. This is from the entire history of Oklahoma City basketball.
And the goal and the plan is just for future programming. I think the plan is to do like a history of the Thunder. So if you guys want that, be sure to get in the comments. Let Ben know, and we will,
or let Chris
put together. Nah, I mean, let Ben know. But we'll put together.
You make it sound like I'm your like assistant. Like talk to my assistant.
Talk to Ben, and we'll put together some history of the Thunder, which I think would be very cool. A very cool episode or series. Like maybe in the dead of summer, it's a series. And we talk about like the first decade versus the second.
Yeah, there's something to be said for that. Do you have an obvious like number 2?
I mean, for me, it's Game 7 of the Nuggets.
For me, it's also a Nuggets game.
But you think it's Game 5?
I think it's Game 5.
I just the atmosphere of Game 7 and the idea that it was over, that series was over, like was just so relieving. I just felt like, I don't know, and then you just have like Jokic looking stupid and Caruso getting that steal or whatever and Jokic on the ground. Like that's an all-time like memory that I have.
Like snapshot. Yeah.
Game 5 is like a holy shit, I can't believe we won that game. Because it was like that awesome duel, right?
Well, and we came back. Dort hits 3 threes in the third quarter. Dub, like they came back and Jokic hit the, like when they, it was Ian Eagle. He was like, Joker's wild. After he did that like spin pirouette 3 over Chet. It was just a prayer. And then Dub comes back and immediately hits a 3 in the corner. He's like yelling into his wrist. None of us know yet that he's gonna have to have surgery. And it felt like I think we talked about it a little bit last year. Like the reason that I put Game 5 over Game 7 is Game 5 was a game that you wouldn't have been surprised if they lost because like it's where they lost last year. You didn't know if they had taken the steps that they needed to. Game 7 coming home, you had Gordon hurt. Like just the context of like they were supposed to win Game 7, and so Game 5 for me was
But
better
watching Game
win.
7 was awesome. I'm not
And
talking
that is-
about what,
that is
I'm
the
not talking about
question,
what
too.
a better win. Like, I think Game 5 was a better win. I think that's not up for debate. But what game I had like a better experience at, and I'd want to go like experience that again, was Game 7.
That's fair.
Because
like
because there's-
Kaysen like postered Jokic in that
yeah,
game.
and there was just so much fun stuff that happened. And then at the end of it, because I know for me, I'm a very anxious fan, and I just like I told myself going into Game 7, I was like, it's either we lose or we win, and I don't have to think about this series anymore. Like
Yeah,
I don't
it's
have to
over.
worry about Jokic. It's over.
I almost felt like that with Wemby this year.
Yes, I agree. I said the same thing this year. And so I think that like getting that win, and it was just like a relief, and I could move on to the next series and move on. And that next series felt like a regular season couple games, but
Yeah,
that's beside the point.
That was the Western Conference Finals. Is
Yeah.
what that Wolves series was. But,
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of rewatchability, we'll put Nuggets Game 7 at 2.
Okay.
Do you want to diversify and not do another Nuggets series game, or are we
It's
fine
our list,
doing,
baby.
or do
It's
we
our
want to do
list,
Game
baby.
5 Nuggets at number 3, or do you have another?
I think we should. I think it should be 2-3 because I think you're right. Like that is like that duel itself of like I just felt like every time down the court somebody was making an amazing shot. Like the shot making was awesome.
Well, it's like Game 1 against San Antonio, where it's like if you win that game, like if we had won in double overtime, you're watching that a billion times over the summer.
Right.
But if you lose, you never want to look at it again. And
Right.
you're jealous of all the people watching the game that don't have a dog in the fight, because it was
Yes.
that level of competitive basketball that would have been amazing to watch and not care about and just enjoy both sides.
100%.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah. I think
so
that's a real like that was a really good basketball game.
Yeah. Okay. So you have Game 7 Indiana Finals, Game 7 Nuggets in the Western Conference semifinals, and Game 5 Nuggets in the Western Conference semifinals as your top 3, all from the 2025 championship run.
Right.
Those specifically, and I'm not even saying necessarily to like diversify the list, but those 3 to me are the 3 games that stick out above everything of the run. The one that I'd put fourth on just that run, maybe not this list, but one to throw in, was Game 5 Indiana and Dub's 40-point game.
Yes.
And
But I don't
there's-
think it's
I don't think it's the watchability part. I'll watch Dubs like Jalen Williams, 40 points, like,
sure.
but I won't go
But I
back and
also-
like watch that full game.
I also don't know like there's a couple games from, 2016 that were awesome.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't
as great as the last couple years have been, there were other great games and
there
great
were
moments
other
in Thunder
great-
basketball.
I'm starting to think back. We had some pretty good teams and some pretty good moments. So
We
like
just weren't there to cover it.
no. And my memory is just on that kind of stuff because I think Kevin Durant left that next season. It was just sort of like
It was a dark time.
I just went out of my head. So
Yeah. And like with this list, one of the things that goes into it is like there are specific moments that like if they show up on my feed, I'm gonna watch it. But like
right.
I don't watch that whole game. Like the one that sticks out above all is the Russ steal against the Lakers back in 20.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, what game was that? Where he like or like strides
I
down.
think it was Shannon
the
Brown
court.
fouls him at the 3-point line. It wasn't a 3. He was across it, but he throws it up, banks it in, and that was like the first like this is Loud City moment.
I was gonna say that one's next on my list. I don't know the exact game,
I
but
believe
like,
it was
watching that
2011 Lakers Western Conference semi.
right, and that was the first time we had gotten over that hump and beat the Lakers, right?
We were up 3-1 in that series.
But like no, like the series wise,
We had lost to them in 2010 in Game 6, and then beat them. The
right?
next year.
Yeah. So it was like we finally got over that Lakers hump, and Russ was just a monster. So-
Young Russ was something else. And honestly, the only thing is like that I have, and maybe we re-rank it as we bring up more games. That game feels like a moment more than a game. Like if you're talking about rewatching a game.
Yeah, but what we're doing here is we're just talking about moments, and that's what makes you remember games, right? Like you remember the Lou Dort 3, or you remember the Jokic pirouette shot. Like those are moments in games that stick out in your head that make the games great. It's great players making great moves.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll do some research to make sure that I have the exact game right. I should know that. I know we were up 3-1. So it would have been Game 5. Maybe it was 2012. I don't know. Google's not being kind to me. But regardless, I think Thunder fans know the Russell Westbrook game from, I believe, 2011. But we'll put that at 4. We'll put that at 4. This is maybe like I wouldn't say like an elite poll by any means. It was more so like I was there in the building for this one, and the memory of it was phenomenal. Game 3, 2016 Western Conference Finals. We had split in Golden State. This is Katie's last year in Oklahoma City. We had split in Golden State. Me and our buddy Alex were sitting at my buddy Sawyer's apartment watching game 1, and we said if the Thunder won one of the first 2 games, we were going to game 3. And we were college kids at the time. Like we pulled money out of savings, we were whatever little money we had in savings, that's what we spent. I think we spent $200 each to sit in Loud City for that game, and we road tripped it, had a great time. It was the game that Draymond kicked Steven Adams in the nuts, and we just everyone remembers like in game 7, just the euphoric feeling and like yelling and like against Denver and like the hatred towards it. The hatred towards that Warriors team, even before KD got there, and the hatred specifically to Draymond was
still range true.
Was unmatched. And it's
Blazing
to this day.
hot.
And we won that game going away. Like it was like a 20 or 30 point game. I don't have the exact score in front of me. But you blow them out. And like if we're talking moments, like Draymond kicking Steven in the nuts and us doing what we did after that, like just an all-time Thunder moment for me. That's what I would throw out potentially as my next option.
Game 3, we won 133 to 105.
Yeah. Like just a massacre.
Yeah.
And then we killed him game 4.
Yeah, 118-94.
Yeah. And that's when we started thinking about the finals.
And then it all fell apart. Only
to
be rebuilt even better. So, I mean, that's a pretty good top 5. Do you want to keep ranking them?
Oh, yeah. No, because here's the deal. There's still several that I want to bring up. It's almost like these are all playoff games. We haven't even talked regular season yet.
I think that's a really strong 5, though. Like, in anyone's history of basketball, there are plenty of teams that would want one of 2 of those games. Or one of those. Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's say, I don't know if we can do this. This is on a whim, and this might fail. Are there any other playoff games that you would bring up?
I really enjoy, I know it stressed me out.
Let's just discuss this, not rank it. Just some other playoff games.
I know it stressed me out, but when Shea willed us to a win in Dallas, game 4.
That was such a good game.
He just, his shot making was
This is 2024,
incredible.
the first playoff run.
Yeah, game 4, we had just lost game 3. Ben and I and Jack were in the building for game 3, and
the world was
falling.
back.
We came back, and we were just like, we have to win. And then Shea put us on his broad shoulders and walked us. And I mean walked, because I think that score was low.
So both teams are like sub 100. Or
yeah. Let's see, 2023.
2024. It'd be 2024.
2024 Thunder Dallas playoffs. Yeah, I mean, it was such a good game. That was one, another playoff game that sticks out in my mind.
You and I watched that together in our rental house living room. I think my wife had already gone.
No. Yeah. I came over to my house. Yeah.
And we didn't talk.
No, and I think I just
we were so nervous. We were so nervous that we just were like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was 100 to 96.
Yeah. And that they really had to stretch there at the end to even get to 100.
Yes.
And he hit a fadeaway baseline jump shot over the backboard. It was either to tie it or take the lead. And it was just they can't do anything. It was the kind of performance, and not that Shea didn't have that in game 7 against San Antonio this year. He was very good in that game. But the level of control that he had in that game, I was like, he had to do that to beat San Antonio with the roster makeup that he had in this year's playoffs at the end.
Agreed.
But it was that level of performance. Speaking of that, the other one that I'd throw out there, we're going back to the Pacers series. Game 4, Indiana. At the end, Shea scores 15 points in the fourth quarter. He
throws a ball. Yeah. He hits sorry.
You're thinking Minnesota.
For sure.
Throws the ball into the crowd. That was an all-time one, too. Game 4, Minnesota.
Game 3. Oh, yeah, game 4.
Game 3 was not a good game. We lost by 40.
That's right.
But the 2 game 4s of those series where they just came out and were like, we have to win, and did what they had to do. The big 3 had a massive game in game 4 against Minnesota. And Shea just went off in the fourth quarter in game 4 against Indiana. Hit the 3 to cut it to 1, I believe. Hit like this baseline falling out of bounds. Like people thought he traveled. He might have. It looked weird. Shot to put the Thunder on the high side. Lou Dort strips the ball the next possession, gets fouled, only makes 1 free throw. But Shea just took over. Like it was like people talk about him not having a moment in the playoffs. That is an undervalued moment, an underappreciated moment that really we're not sitting here with an NBA championship if he doesn't do that in that game.
I agree. I think there's a lot of those Shea moments though that are like he's so great that you undervalue some of those shot making. Yeah, quiet, and he's so great that you just sort of like.
Well, and the team's been so good that it's like Shea had 35 and they won by 15 instead of like he had 27 and hit the game winner. It's like he hasn't had to hit game winner,
but he does.
But
he won clutch player of the year.
Well, and that leads us into the regular season rankings. I think we should try to give about 5 just regular season games. I think that's a solid list for the playoffs.
Yes.
But I think we should rapid fire some regular season games. My number 1, I just realized I forgot a playoff game that I should have mentioned.
Mention it. We got time.
Thunder were down 25 against the Utah Jazz in the first round of the 2018 playoffs. And they came back and took the lead all in the third quarter. I skipped class that night with Alex to go to the game. We said if it got to 30, we were leaving. And then
got there.
And it never got there. And it was just like, it was the kind of game too where they were like, this is such a demoralizing loss that like Utah might never win again. And then we lost the next game to get eliminated, But like, just like Russ and PG were like, we're not losing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was super cool. Super cool to be there. We spent $20 for that ticket because we were down 3-1,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I needed to throw that out. Regular season games, my number 1 happened this year. Shea's game winner against Denver.
His double, was that the one he hit one and then Jay Will ran over Jokic and then he had to hit a second one?
Yes.
Yes. That was awesome.
It was like Brian Porter, the Simple Modern guy, he like has the video. It's a great video, very clean. And like they played they just played music afterwards. Like the crowd was going nuts. Like I was texting people all caps like, I don't even want to leave the arena. Like, I'm sleeping here tonight.
It was awesome.
It was in the pink Shea shoes, which are some of my favorite colorways too. But no, that was like the game that it was like, no, this is the MVP. He just won the second straight MVP.
Yeah. And that started like a streak of
Doug
games.
Played in that game. Like it was like we probably should have lost that game. And we started out like Aaron Gordon scored like 20 points in the first quarter. Casey Wallace had 3 fouls in the first 3 minutes guarding him.
I was late for that game. I think my wife got off late or the game started early or something. So we were kind of running the game and I missed all of Aaron Gordon's points.
I think he scored like 20 in the first quarter and then like didn't even get to 25.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But an elite game.
And that game started like was in the middle at the end of like Shea just like hitting game winner after game winner.
He hit a giant 3 in New York. He hit the giant 3 against Golden State. He hit that 3 against Denver. He would have hit the 3 the next game against Detroit, but they called the offensive foul. He still scored 50 plus in overtime and they won.
Yes.
But it was like this is the best player in the world. Like it was like to the point like Wemby and the Spurs were doing what they were doing, but you were betting on the youth and all that, and you're like, no one can beat this team. Like that's how well Shea was playing.
And he played that well.
That was, and like I got to go with my dad who was in town, and my buddy Jason got us tickets and upgrades, and so Dad got to like really experience it. And then he scratched his truck on the roof of the parking garage as he was leaving. So yeah, very memorable night for me and my father. Chris, do you have?
I would say being in the building when Russ beat the record for triple doubles was awesome because he also hit like a half court shot to win it. I think
you were in the building.
I think so. Was it not? What am I thinking of then? Then I don't know. Never mind. Forget I said anything. I wasn't in that building. What building was I in?
But I was gonna put it on this too. Russ's it was the last away game of the regular season, I believe, and Russ got a triple double on a pass to Samaj Christian in the corner to set the record for most triple doubles in a season, and then hit almost a half quarter. I think he scored like 54 points that night. That's what I'm
thinking of.
You're thinking of the right game. It just wasn't in Oklahoma City.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
And like,
you're right.
Oh, what was his name? Was it Brian Davis was with Michael Cage before Chris Fisher, and he was like, "What a perfect ending to a historic day!" Like it was a great radio call. He got fired, But it was it was a great radio call, and it was like the perfect, like, people forget Russ wasn't even the favorite for the MVP until like the very end of that season.
Right.
Like, Oklahoma City people wanted him to win it, obviously, but like you see like Shea ahead of all these like polls and odds and everything. Russ didn't get it until basically that game. And just the, like, not just history of Oklahoma City, but history of the whole National Basketball Association. It's an all-time game.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great number 2. I mean, like, some people might argue that's number 1 in terms of importance, but being in the building for Shea's game winner puts it a little bit ahead for me. And that might be bias. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but this isn't your podcast. So yeah, that's a great one. I'm writing all this down so we can track it.
Yeah, you're good.
This is also, again, we could do this podcast like 10 different times and come up with a different order. It's kind of just
list,
what our brains remember. A game that was an all-time game and an all-time night in the NBA was Aaron Wiggins' 41-point game against the Sacramento Kings last February 2025. Because 2 hours after that game ended, Shams posts, Dallas Mavericks have agreed to trade Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I was like, all this to stop Aaron Wiggins. All this to stop Aaron Wiggins. And like, that was about the time the podcast had started. I sold those tickets, actually. I think you were there.
Yeah. Because
it was like a Saturday night.
It was, yeah, for some reason they had like, everyone was hurt. And my dad showed up to that game. No, that was the Blazers when we played the Blazers, which I was going to bring it up too. Because like, with a triple-double from J. Will, and I think Aaron Wiggins again had like 30 points. Yeah. That was like the game.
Wiggs scores 41. They trade Luka. Like, during the game, people are going nuts. And like, it was about the time where they were like, we should trade for Cam Johnson. And like, the most, like, air quotes viral tweet I've ever sent out was, I put Cam Johnson career high, like 30 something. And then I put Aaron Wiggins career high, 41 and counting. And, you know, like, it's like, we don't need this guy.
Yeah,
it was it was just like one of those games that like everything went right that season. It's why Aaron Wiggins is still considered like a positive asset, even though he didn't play well this year, is because, you know, he has moments like that in him.
Mm-hmm.
And like seeing him like just be received by the guys and how into that game they were, it was super fun to watch because you knew you were gonna win. So like It wasn't like you were stressed about the game, but like just like hoping that your like 9th best player at the time could hit a couple more shots, and the whole crowd living and dying on every time Aaron Wiggins caught the ball. It was
awesome. It was awesome.
Electric.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's like we don't even have to rank these. This is just like
another. I mean, special to me, probably not special to anybody else. Is the first Oklahoma City Thunder game I got to go to, and I can't remember. I think it was back in 2008, and so it might have been the Hornets, or is that the first year of the Thunder? It might have been the first year of the Thunder. First year of the Thunder. I got to go see the Celtics, who were the eventual finals champions with the Neils, and that was a lot of fun. And I got to see, you know, Kevin and Russ, and it was really, really good. We got blown out, but it's special to me because my dad took me for the first time.
And that was a great Celtics team to go watch.
Right.
So you saw a good matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably more special to you because I don't remember that game. I remember you went. I remember you going. Because you like left school early that day to go to it.
It was awesome.
I'm trying to think of what else. I had a couple on my brain. But yeah, the J. Will triple-double against Portland with Wiggins scoring 30 on a game that we were like, we're going to lose. And they came out and destroyed Portland. That was a great night.
Yes.
Russell Westbrook's 2020 game the night after Nipsey Hussle died. That was an elite game for cultural reasons. And also he put up a 2020 stat line as a point guard. There was a game, I always went in college on my birthday to a Thunder game, or at least like around my birthday. And it was like sophomore or junior year, I went with Alex and a couple other buddies, and Paul George and Russell Westbrook both had 40-point triple-doubles against Portland. And it was elite.
Portland showing up a lot.
Yeah, well then we lost to them in the
playoffs that year. That was Dame time?
Yeah.
Is that the Dame time thing?
Maybe. It was either that or the year after. But I went to the game. This is a bad game. It was the Melo Thunder, and Melo hits a 3 to put us up 2 with like 3 seconds left, and Aaron Wiggins banked in a half-court shot to beat us. And I was at that game. It was like we're gonna win the championship. We suck within like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
That was a fun game. The other one that I bring up, my buddy Connor, he invited me to come sit in his family seats, and they were like across from the bench, like just amazing seats. And it was the Knicks game last year where Wiggins scored 12 points in the fourth quarter. And it was that stretch that we talked about of like, this is when I knew this team could go win a championship because they beat all these good teams in different fashions. And that was a big moment. That was a great game to be at. I got on the Jumbotron. I lost my mind. But yeah, I mean, there's several games. I mean, like KD had a game winner on Premier Week back in like 2011 against Dallas. Hit a game winner over by the coach's box on a fadeaway. There's like regular season games. There's so many of them, and it's like depending on the day, I remember them. You know?
Yeah.
Like I remember being in like it was just a random game, but we were playing the Jazz the night of the arena vote, and so like everybody was checking their phones in the stadium. We're blowing out the Utah Jazz, and we're sitting there like, okay, we're at 40% counted, like seeing if we were going to get this arena or not, because we were like, if we don't, this is the last. Like I remember being like, if I want to be dramatic, this is the last time that I know I'm watching this team and they're locked in.
You told me. I don't know if I'll move. I'm leaving Oklahoma City. Let's hear for me.
If the Thunder leave, yeah.
You're like, I'm leaving. I was like,
yeah, I'm just following them wherever they go. I don't even work for the team, but I'm following them. Yeah. Like that's like a moment where it's like the game wasn't crazy. Like Shea hit that game that shot to send it into overtime last year against Utah, where he like turned his ankle on the shot. And then I think he scored his career high that night. Yep. Just like random, like Shea's first time scoring 50. We took Keegan and Theo fell asleep as we're going nuts. Yeah. Shea hit 50 points for the first time, and Theo's just slumped, passed out in his chair. That's more of
Theo's a child. He's a child.
He was 3 or 4 at the time. So yeah, like the regular season's a little different. It's like stuff just pops up as is, and you don't sit there and dissect each game as hard.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else? Any Thunder games you want to shout out, Chris?
No, I think we did. I think we did a good job. I'm sure we missed
went longer than I thought. So
yeah, we always do. So, but no, I think we did a good job, and I think we probably missed some.
If there are any games that people think we did miss, I do want you to text us or leave a comment, and we can come up with a master file at some point of the best Thunder games to sit down in the middle of August or July, whenever you're like not close enough to football, but starting to miss basketball. What do I need to throw on the TV? There's several. We're very blessed as basketball fans. So
very blessed.
And one of the sneaky things to watch is go back and like watch like J-Dub's rookie highlights, where it's just clips of his rookie season where he had like the fro. Yeah. Like go back and watch like Shea hit a game winner against the Clippers. Like, again, I'm sitting here and stuff starting to like roll in. Like Shea's early Thunder highlights where it's like no one's in the arena because of COVID, and he hits a game winner against the Clippers the night, like roughly a couple nights after he tied the game on some crazy shot against the Pelicans. And then the Pelicans, Devontae Graham hit a 3-quarter shot to beat the Thunder all in one night. It's just like, just go watch like random clips of like different timelines of Thunder basketball. Yeah. If you don't want to just watch a game, that's another way to scratch the itch. And some of them aren't as long. You don't have to watch, 3 hours of basketball. So, but yeah, with that, we're going to wrap it up. Little programming note for you. We will be out of town next week, both Chris and myself. And so we are going to end this pod and immediately start another one that you will hear a week later.
Yeah. Time travel.
It's
crazy.
Ball Talk solved it. So with
we're
that,
not giving up the secret.
With that, we will, air quotes, talk to you again next week. Thanks.
And Dim's the fact.